you look up communication in Google, the first one you come across is Wikipedia. Wikipedia states that communication is the activity of conveying a meaningful information content. It requires a sender, an intended recipient, and a message. It also says that the intended recipient need not be aware that the sender is sending this message. It said it can span across vast distances, time, and even space. I believe that this is somewhat how God tries to relate to us sometimes. We're the intended recipient. He's sending us messages, but we don't always get those. We don't always receive them. I'm going to share a story with you that hopefully is an example in my life, and hopefully you can relate to it, of how God was trying to send me a message and how thankfully we received that message. Back in April of 2008, my family was faced with a very difficult situation. It was a situation we found ourselves in a life or death situation, and we were in Salt Lake City, Utah. We left our 3 older kids at home. It was me and my wife. We went out there to have a procedure done to hopefully save this pregnancy. She was pregnant with the twins. We did the procedure, and we thought we were going back home. We found out her water would break, and we'd be stuck in Salt Lake for quite some time. When we found out we were going to get stuck in Salt Lake, they moved us from the room that we had the surgery into a more permanent room. It was a very small room. There was her hospital bed, and then a small pull-out chair that would fold out that I would sleep in every night. When we moved into this room, the morning that we got moved into this room, I received a phone call from a friend. This phone call was weird. It caught me off guard. The friend said, "Bo, this is Bill, and I'm praying that the angel Gabriel will deliver a message from God today that everything's going to be okay." And I remember looking at my phone, and I just pulled my head away, and I'm like, that was really weird. I don't even know what he's talking about. And I pressed delete, and I went on to the next message, because we had so many people that were praying for us and sending us messages and really nice comments, so I went on to the next message and didn't think anything of it. We would be moved into this room, and after about a few hours, the spiritual director came in. And the spiritual director is the person in the hospital that comes in to find out what your faith is and see how they can accommodate you. So we let them know what our faith was, and we're Catholic, so they agreed to bring us the Eucharist every day. I thought this was great. She stayed in the room and continued to talk, and at the time I was feeling like, okay, we get it now, thank you, and just kind of wanted her to move on. Wasn't really paying attention. She went on to say, "Do you realize how fortunate you are? Right out this window is a view of the Wasatch Mountain Range. This is one of 3 rooms with this view in the entire hospital wing. You're so fortunate to have this view." She went on to talk about this mountain, this being the highest point in the Wasatch Mountain Range, and she started going into mountains. And I thought it was going to be a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about Zen and creation and how we could feel the power and the strength of the mountain. Anyways, this nice lady left, and we didn't think much about it. A little time passes by. I get on my computer, Google Wasatch Mountain Range. If you Google the Wasatch Mountain Range, it showed a picture of this particular peak that we could see. It says, this is known as the Twin Peaks. And I'm looking out there and I'm like, hey, we're here, we're having twins. And I looked down on the windowsill, and on the windowsill was a pamphlet. And I went over and grabbed this pamphlet, and on the very front, I put this pamphlet there earlier that morning when we moved in, just put some stuff on the window, and I found it downstairs. On the front of the pamphlet, in big writings, it was from Luke chapter 1, verse 30. And it said, the angel said, "Be not afraid." And I opened up the inside of the pamphlet, and on the left-hand side of the pamphlet, it says, in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God. And it goes on to say, the Lord is with you. And on this side of the pamphlet, the pamphlet was called the Gabriel Project. My friend was right. And God was sending us a message. And God uses creation. He uses Scripture. He He uses other individuals, and he uses creation, and he also uses angels to deliver those messages sometimes. And fortunately, we actually received that message, and it gave us great strength, knowing that we felt his message was, be not afraid, for I am with you. In the Swiss Alps, they used to yodel to communicate. And so they would sing from mountaintop to mountaintop. If you do me a favor, please, and close your eyes, I'd like to sing a little message to you and see if you receive it. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still wait here in silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. He'll raise you up to more than you can be.